Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Moments away, it'll be Indianapolis going up against Philadelphia. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. We've also got Allie LaForce bringing us reports. So the opening lineup for Indianapolis. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's T.J. McConnell. Then there's...
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. So the Indianapolis starting five. We've got Antetokounmpo, Anthony Edwards out there with T.J. McConnell. Then it's Jordan, and it's Nurkic in its center. And for the 76ers, running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Inside for him, it's Martin next to Embiid. And it's Maxey in at the one. Now, here's McConnell with the drive. And he banks in the lane.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Philadelphia with the ball. Indianapolis making their last shot.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Team foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
First team foul. Shooting for the away team.
And he knocks down the first one.
Taking two shots.
Good on both. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. 4-point game. Oubre against Edwards. Oubre outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Maxey. 18 feet away and he knocks it down.
Doing some damage from the mid-range. Maxey skilled at finding space to let it fly.
Jordan with the screen on Martin. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And Giannis Antetokounmpo throws it down hard.
I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
McConnell kicks to Nurkic. Nurkic setting the pick for Jordan. Oh, good on the triple. Oubre outside. Pass to Embiid. Back to Oubre. Here's George. Fires to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Oubre against Edwards. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Oubre. Here's Edwards. Oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Oubre outside. Three-pointer, Martin. And it's Indianapolis with the rebound. And here's Edwards. Screen by Nurkic. Kicks it out to Giannis.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Floats one up. Oubre pulls it in. Philadelphia trails by 4. Left side, George. Pass to Maxey. Embiid with the screen on McConnell. Cranes the three-pointer. Maxey's got 5 minutes.
Take your focus off Maxey for 1 second, and he will let it fly from out there.
Nurkic a screen on George. Jordan kicks to Giannis. The shot from the low post is good. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now, here's Maxey. He has 5.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. Here's McConnell, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Maxey. For Indianapolis, they've gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
For the away team.
No good on that one. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Martin's checked in for Martin. Gordon comes in for George. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Oubre. And it's Lowry in for Maxey. Lowry against McConnell. A shot by Lowry, no good. And Indianapolis has possession. 35 seconds left in the first. Giannis against Martin. Antetokounmpo. The baseline jumper goes down. He has 6.
Signs of Antetokounmpo really figuring things out. His offense starting to look more and more natural.
And there's the call on... Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. Indianapolis making some changes. Santi Aldama's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Martin comes in for Edwards. And it's Jackson in for T.J. McConnell. Now here's Jackson. And stolen by Jordan. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Lowry. Jackson passes to Aldama. With 1 on the clock. And he got that one up in time, but it doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Indianapolis. They're up by 4. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Indianapolis's performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court for Indianapolis, Michael Jordan is out there with Jackson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Martin in at the 3 slot. Indianapolis leading by 4. There's a screen by Aldama. Now Jordan. Nothing on the board. Giannis outside. 5 to shoot. Good. And it's Jordan picking up the assist. Giannis has got the lead up to 6 now for Indianapolis. Lowry against Jackson. Now here is Lowry. Defense is right there. Embiid, no good. Every play, just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Jackson against Lowry. Jackson kicks to Martin. Over Gordon. That one's in. His first shot this game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to talk to his guy. Martin's checked in for Philadelphia. Kelly Oubre comes in for Kyle Lowry. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the 76ers. Trailing here by 8. Puts up a 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Indianapolis with the ball. Brent, the veteran guard, Eric Gordon, is one of the most reliable players in the NBA.
What a consistent career, Kevin, that Eric Gordon has had. As a scorer in his rookie year, averaged 16 a game. And that's kind of where you just see him on a nightly basis producing. Shoot the 3, doesn't drive as much as he used to, but this guy has been tested, and he's been trusted by coaches and continues to produce.
Here's Embiid. Indianapolis making their last shot. Oubre finds Embiid. Shoots over Aldama. And with that shot, the Indianapolis lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Embiid.
And Embiid practices these shots all the time, which is why he's so good from this area.
Now here's Jordan. Scoreless thus far. And the shot goes in.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Oubre. Three-pointer on the way. Knocks down the 3-ball. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
Good touch there. Oubre outside the 3-point arc and knocks one down.
Giannis a screen on Gordon. Baseline J on the way. Jordan with the bucket.
They ran that play exactly as it was drawn up. Nice job.
Philadelphia trails by 9. Here's Jackson. Outside Martin. Here's Embiid. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And Indianapolis has possession. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And there's another one for Indianapolis.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Here's Martin. And it's Indianapolis with the rebound. Giannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And finished off by Martin.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Indianapolis making their last shot. Jackson setting the pick here for Oubre. The 76ers with another miss. Indianapolis with the ball. They're on a 14-5 run. There's a screen by Aldama. Here's Jordan. Takes it off the glass. Jordan's got 8 points in the quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now here's Jackson. Still scoreless. Martin finds Jackson. Embiid sets the pick for Jackson. The 76ers again can't hit it. Indianapolis with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Here's Jordan. Gordon against Antetokounmpo. Outside for Jordan. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Jordan's got 11 points.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Michael Jordan getting it done for Indianapolis. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
George in the front court alongside Martin. Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties, and it's Embiid in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now Jackson. Paul George missing from long range. Jackson looking around. Right side Martin. And Philadelphia. Grabs the miss. Oubre with it. To the inside. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some fire.
Indianapolis making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Santi Aldama. Edwards comes in for Martin. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Jackson. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 8 points for him. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Jordan passes to McConnell. Outside Edwards. Jordan sets the screen for Edwards. Over Oubre. And Embiid pulls it down.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Indianapolis leading by 16. 90 seconds now into the second half. And Edwards slams it in.
And good read by Edwards, playing at his pace and carving out space for that shot.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Jordan, a screen on Maxey. Here he goes. Outside Edwards. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Edwards. And oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
Flying high, Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Philadelphia trails by 20. Maxey passes to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Jacks up a three. Hits the three-point bomb. Maxey's got 10.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
And Giannis throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Maxey. Indianapolis making their last shot. And the shot is good.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Jordan the screen. Here's McConnell. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen, shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
For Indianapolis, they've gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Gordon's checked in for Jordan.
At the line for one.
And here are the 76ers now. Outside, Martin. Gordon kicks to Oubre. Giannis against Martin. Here's Maxey. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
When Martin puts the ball in his teammates' hands, good things happen.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Indianapolis. Edwards against Gordon. Edwards passes to McConnell. Jordan with the screen on Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Antetokounmpo outside. 8 balls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. Philadelphia trails by 21. Outside, Martin. Maxey against McConnell. Embiid with the screen on McConnell. Here's Maxey. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Maxey's got 9 points here in the second half.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Driving to the basket. And McConnell gets it to go.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Maxey. 16 points for him. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And don't. Sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Indianapolis making some changes. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jordan. Kelly Oubre comes in for Michael Jordan. And it's Jackson in for T.J. McConnell. There's a screen by Aldama. Edwards. Oh,
Anthony Edwards.
And how about the athleticism from Edwards rocketing off the drive there for the slam.
Here's Maxey. And it's Indianapolis with the rebound. Aldama's got 4 rebounds now tonight. The shot off that time. And so it's Indianapolis with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court for Indianapolis, we've got Oubre. Santi Aldama is out there with Antetokounmpo. And there's Jackson, and it's Edwards in at the shooting guard position.
The D can't let Edwards get in the lane. Outstanding at using that burst of speed on the drive.
Edwards gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Jackson looking around from 12 feet out. And it's Indianapolis with the rebound.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Oubre dishes to Jackson. Down low, Embiid with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break.
And you make the next pass. Nice job by Lowry there.
And Indianapolis has possession. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Lowry against Jackson. No good on that one. Great D that time from Edwards. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Jackson kicks to Edwards. There's a screen by Aldama. Edwards against Jackson. Edwards, good.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Embiid. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
Better than most centers from the line. Embiid exceptional with his hands.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Jackson banked in off the glass.
Reggie Jackson.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Oubre. Nobody near George. Off target with his three. George has gone 1 of 4 so far. George against Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. What a terrific move that was.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Martin against Giannis. Here's Aldama. Now here's Oubre. Jackson in the corner. Traps in the tray.
Reggie Jackson.
Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the defense wasn't ready for Jackson to pull that quick one.
Outside, George. Back to Maxey. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Maxey's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Edwards looking it over. And yes, it's good.
Agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
Oubre outside. Pass to Embiid. The putback, and Embiid is right there. And Indianapolis has possession. There's a screen by Aldama. Edwards drives in, and Edwards slams it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And here are the 76ers now. Indianapolis making their last shot. Embiid kicks to George. And it's off from three-point range. Giannis against Maxey. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, once Giannis gets the ball there, you could forget it.
Philadelphia with the ball. And here's George. And so Indianapolis Indianapolis takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.